Hi students, how are you? Hope you all are fine. Yes or no? Okay. In the previous period, we took some information about the history. Today, we are going to start a lesson number 5 of civics, Fundamental Rights Part 2nd. Okay. Which lesson we are going to start? We are going to start a second lesson, fifth lesson of a civics Fundamental Rights Part 2nd. Okay. What is the name of fourth lesson of civics? Fundamental Rights Part 1. Are you remembering it? Okay. What we learn in that chapter? Okay. We learned that or we studied that some rights which are granted by the constitution like equality, liberty, rights against the exploitation etc. In this chapter, we shall learn some rights like the right of the freedom of religion, cultural and the educational rights, and some judicial protection given by the constitution to us. Okay. What we are going to learn in this lesson? The some remaining rights which are given into the constitution, that rights we will learn in this lesson. Let's start the lesson. You know that the many religious people live in India, yes, like the Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Jain, Sikhs, etc. India is a secular country. This line we heard many times, yes or no? Then what is meant by secularism? Their information we learn in a last lesson, yes or no? Yes. What is meant by secularism? That we learn. These rights, secularism means the equal rights to the all religions provided by the constitution. That information we learn in a last lesson. Here, some religious rights are given to the people. That rights are known as the religious rights. Which rights are given to the people? The first one, the rights given to the people, they can follow their religion. Citizens are free to practice or follow their religion. Second one, citizens can establish the institutes of their religion for their religious activities. Understood this? But when they follow their religion, they did not disturb to their other peoples who are living into the society peacefully. They have to follow their own religion. Their information also we took in the last chapter. But here on a one side constitution gave the rights to the people, on the another hand it prohibited the government for the following thing. For which thing they prohibited or restricted to the government? Government cannot impose the religious taxes from the people. Impose means they cannot take. Government cannot take the religious taxes from the people. Why? If the government took or imposed the religious taxes on the religion, it might be encourage a particular religion. That's why in India the tax is depend upon the income of a particular people, not on their religion. At the time of Aurangzeb, he started the jizya tax. It is based on the religion. Okay, but after the independence, Indian constitution opposed these things. Okay, the second one, religious education cannot be made compulsory in the educational institute. That the institute, if they took the grant from the government, they are not allowed to give the religious education compulsorily in their school. If the school will not take or school did not take the tax or the grant from the government, then they are allowed to give their religious education to the people. Okay. Now the next one, cultural and the educational rights. We can see that there is a great diversity in Indian society. We celebrate the different festivals like Holi, Diwali, Eid, Christmas. Are you able to see in this picture? Different types of festivals shown to you. In a second one, different types of the dressing of the people shown to you, how the people use the different type of dresses. Are you able to see this third one? hmm? You are able to see the different type of food items, and in a map you are able to see the different languages spoke by the people who are living in India. Means in India there is a great diversity regarding to the religions, regarding to the festivals, regarding to the eating pattern, regarding to the languages. Here constitution tried to protect all these cultural things. How they protect? Constitution given some cultural and educational rights to the people. You can follow, you can save your own tradition, your own customs without troubling to the another. Not only you can follow your tradition and the customs, you can preserve it, you can protect it, as well as you can spread it into the society. Yes, the promotion also you can do. Means you can start the institute, you can start the school, hmm? and you can spread that language, you can spread that things into the society. It is depend upon you. You can spread your language, you can spread your thoughts, you can spread your culture with the help of books, with the help of newspapers, and with the media also. So this rights is given by the constitution to us. This type of rights are known as cultural and the educational rights. Understood this? Okay, now come on the second one, rights of the constitutional remedies. In the case of encroachment, encroachment means violate or removed. Okay, in the case of encroachment, fundamental rights, the people get the judicial remedies. This is also a fundamental rights given by the constitution. Okay, constitution gave some rights to us, but sometimes that rights violated or take out by the government, by some people, by some community. Then what we will do? Hmm? What we will do? Where we have to go? To whom we have to ask for the justice? How we have to take the legal justice? All questions are there in front of you. Government not ready to listen you, government not completed some work, government take out your fundamental rights. Then what the common people or the citizen have to do? Citizen have to complain a case into the court. Then court gives the legal thing, court gives order to the government. That orders, that things are known as the rights of the constitutional remedies. Okay, understood this? Here some writs as a constitutional remedies. WRITS, writs means order given by the constitution, order given by the court. Okay, which type of orders given by the courts? There are 5 types of the writs given into the constitution. The first one, habeas corpus. By these rights we get the protection from the unlawful arrest. No one can arrest you without the warrant. Sometime what happen, government want to arrest some person not did anything. The government did not complete their work, not did their work properly. Against them some people started the protest, and the what government did, government want to arrest them. but not have the warrant and order, then they can? No. Here habeas corpus, this type of order given by the constitution, without the warrant the government cannot arrest the people. Okay. The second one, mandamus. Sometimes government did not perform their duty. Yes, what the government did? Government did not perform their duty properly, and that time High Court or the Supreme Court give order to the government that you not completed, you not did your activity work properly, that duty you have to complete. It is known as the mandamus. What happens sometimes? Government started to prepare the bridge but not completed, started the road but not completed. Due to that, the people have to face many problems. Then the constitution or that court can give the order to the government, you not perform your duty properly, you have to complete these things within a time. It is known as the mandamus. Okay. Third one, prohibition. Sometimes the lower court took the case in their hand, but they have not rights for that case. To prevent a subordinate court from exercising its jurisdiction in a higher court, or the high court give that order to prohibition that things. Whatever you started in a lower court, it is not in your hand, don't start it, stop that things, and these things said to be the lower court by the high court and the supreme court. It is known as the prohibition. Okay. The fourth one, quo warranto. Here you committed some actions, you committed the wrong things, that's why court want to punish you. No, here court want to stop you for committing the wrong things. Okay. Sometimes court want to stop your activities, actually you did not completed that activity, but there is a possibility to do that activity. For that action court asks you for the quo warranto. Means sometimes some leaders want to start the march, before one day they said tomorrow we will start the march. Then what happened, many people will gather tomorrow, he will start the march, then the law and order problem creates. That's why at a last night only they ask that question to that person, quo warranto, why we will not arrest to you, tomorrow you are going to do this activity, due to that law and order situation will be created, that's why we will arrest you now only before doing that activity. It is known as quo warranto. Okay. And the last one, certiorari, means some cases or the orders remove from the lower court to the higher court. What they did, whatever the case are there, some pending problems are there into the lower court, they move that cases from the lower court to the higher court or high court or in a supreme court. It is known as certiorari. Okay. Understood this? Okay, what are these? Quo warranto, habeas corpus, prohibition. These are remedies. Remedies, treatment. Any wrong things occurred with you, any type of disease and other, what you did? You take a treatment. Here also for the fundamental rights, if it not work properly, then we have to give some treatment to it. These treatments are known as the remedies. Here if anyone not following that fundamental rights properly, it's violate, taken out from the people, then court gives the different orders like this. Okay. Understood this? Okay, read this lesson carefully and write question and answer given below of this video. Okay. Thank you.